Welcome to the 9th episode of the First Gen Sisters podcast. This is Nikki,
Noelle, and this is Dee Dee. Maria's not here today. We're going to dive into reminiscing about graduations. Our nephew, Sam, just graduated from St. John's this spring, and it really brought up a lot of memories of our past graduations, of our own graduations, which we're going to dive into in our screen house, in our backyard in St. Anthony. We're going to talk a little bit about how much more elevated our kids' graduations got from high school and our bar crawling when our kids all graduated from college. We're going to dive into some of those fun stories.
And then also, just a side note, Sam is the last of the cousins to graduate. It was the end of a chapter. Super fun, and it's a great thing to reminisce about.
I was just so grateful for everybody that came up to celebrate with us and do our traditional bar crawl and celebration for the kid that's celebrating, and it's really special and it means a lot to all of us. Just shout out to everybody that took the time to come up and celebrate with us.
And another Johnny, and the last of, I always want to say the last of the Mohicans, because literally the last of the Saya kids to graduate from college.
This forecast is screenhouse parties, graduation days, and bar crawl nights. And we went to the Aster Cafe and Aster House, and Dee Dee's going to tell us all about Aster and the kind of the meaning behind their name.
Okay, first off, we chose St. Anthony, Maine, because that really brings back a lot of memories for us who grew up in St. Anthony. We used to hang out there during our college days and a little bit of our high school days. We were probably underage, but I'm just going to read this. So, Aster Cafe was opened in 1995 as a coffee shop, and the cafe's owner's name is a homage to the vintage legacy of the Aster Theater. And the Aster House is a supper club music venue that's the companion to the cafe. Both venues are Minneapolis get their name from the historic Aster Theater, a 1916 neoclassic movie house that once stood in the Twin Cities.
Thanks, Dee. That was a really cool experience, but we're going to do the barstool breakdown later on in the episode, but just wanted to give you guys a little bit of history on the Aster Cafe and the Aster House and a little bit around why we chose to go there.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually kick it up by saying we are the First Gen Sisters forecast, where the wine flows and the tea spills.
Cheers!
Cheers!
We always kick it off with a traditional story about our mom, and if you've been listening to us, you really know that we have these bracelets that we make, and they're called Que Sera bracelets, and our mom, as one have been following us, that was the song that she used to sing, and so it really means a lot to us, and that's why we named our bracelets Que Sera. Our motto is, life is messy, but God's got you. In the spirit of graduation, we went to St. John's and celebrated Sam's graduation, and I specifically made a lot of bracelets that were Johnny colors. It's that Johnny red, don't you know, and the light blue, which is such a great addition to their colors, and black. So I made a bunch of them knowing that I would give them away, because if you've been listening, you know that I have given some Johnny Que Sera bracelets away to some of Sam's friends and roommates, and it really meant a lot to them. I knew that going up to graduation that I needed to make just a few more so that we can share our sentiment with them and really embrace the life is messy and God's got you, especially sending these men and these women onto their journey into life from college into real life. It's a really pivotal time, and so as we were celebrating, I started with giving one of his roommates a bracelet and just explained a little bit what it was and what it meant, and most of them knew what it was, and they came kind of running, and they're like, I want one, and then their moms wanted one, and then their girlfriends wanted one. So at the end of the night, we started out wearing a bunch of bracelets, having them in our purse. We were like bare. We didn't have any more to give. Everybody loved them. They love our story. They love our podcast. And they just love the motto that it's life is messy, but God's got you. So we really spread our joy that night with our Que Sera bracelets. And it was just really touching that these are young adults and they were really into our message, and it really meant a lot to them.
It was cool to watch them accepting them And then we cheers and maybe do a tequila shot or celebrate another way. But it was nice that we just took those quiet moments to just really send them on their way.
We also had quite a few of the moms were already our fans of our forecast, so it was fun to share with some new people, but also reminisce with a few of the ladies that were already our fans of our forecast.
One of my friends texted me, and she kind of knew our story and everything, but she was home alone one day and she was cleaning her house. She's, guess who's keeping me company while I'm cleaning my house? And she texted me and she said that she was listening to all of our episodes of the podcast. So that was pretty fun and it was cool. I hope she keeps listening, and I hope we gain some listeners as well. So that was fun to hear that feedback.
Yes, we definitely spread the love.
Yes. A fun night, and again, we made it to sales where we sing Piano Man and the pants dropped again. So.
Oh yeah, no, well, tell our listeners a little bit about the sales and the Piano Man tradition and what that all entails.
And we talked about it at our wedding forecast, but it is a tradition. If you went to St. John's University, College of St. Ben's, and there's a bar up there called Sales. It's usually the bar that the kids end up at the end of the evening. It started, I don't know, probably 15 plus years ago, where Piano Man would come on, Billy Joel's Piano Man, and they would start swaying, and then for whatever reason, the boys drop their pants. They keep their underwear on, mind you, but they drop their pants and they all sway to Piano Man in a circle. And so everybody goes in the circle. So we did end the night with the Piano Man at St. John's at Sales, and it's just a tradition.
Just fitting for the end of the night.
Yeah, and so the bar crawl was pretty fun. We've gone out to quite a few of our nieces and nephews' college graduations where there was a bar crawl involved, and so we just kind of let our kids just tell us their favorite bars. We went out to Creighton to celebrate Dee Dee's.
In Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, in Omaha to celebrate Dee Dee's daughter, Macy, her graduation from Creighton, and we did the whole bar crawl. We went to Eau Claire, Wisconsin
Yeah, Sophie's, that was fun.
Yep, did the whole bar crawl, and
we did Amanda's up in Duluth.
Oh, yeah, that was epic to say the least. Yeah, there was we got kicked out of a bar actually in Duluth, which is.
No, yeah.
We did. I did. I instigated. We got kicked out.
Yeah, and we definitely been kicked out of a bar in Wisconsin too. Also, just because we were having too much fun, and it wasn't because we had too much to drink, but they assume we're
loud
because we're loud. Also, Maria's daughters both went to Cornell, so we lit it up at Cornell.
Oh, yeah.
Ithaca.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun at all of the Finger Lakes, and we all really, as many of us that can, we get involved.
Yeah, and we went to New Hampshire as well, and so we
probably
go
like
everywhere.
30 people.
Yeah, and we make it a big deal, and we celebrate big milestones in our family, and graduations are a big deal. We have one more. We'll probably have a few more.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea's getting her master's in acupuncture, so
she's stepping it up a degree. So.
Yeah, and then Bennett, we didn't really get to celebrate his master's, but we're gonna celebrate his PhD like crazy.
Because his undergrad was during COVID.
He went to
his master's
his
was
master's. He went to
he
went to Scotland. Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And he pretty much was in jail. He didn't even get he didn't get to leave his dorm room the whole time he was there.
So it was 2020.
And he was so looking forward to it. So when he goes for his PhD, we're going to do it up right.
We want to go to Scotland and celebrate him at some point.
What a better way for us to go. One of our things is we're going to get to Ireland at some point too to do a podcast, so we'll just head on over to Edinburgh.
Yeah, and Chelsea graduated from the U, and we didn't get to celebrate her graduation because it was a COVID thing, so we're going to celebrate her up when she gets her master's.
Perfect. One of the other things, before we get to the poor score, we wanted to talk about when almost every one of us graduated from high school, our parents had what we called our screen house in our backyard. It literally was a screen house attached to our garage. And for whatever reason, we didn't use it much, only when we had our little plays and things like that as little kids, and it had a chalkboard. But we would clean it up, and we'd set up a bar, and our parents always let us have a keg.
It was a situation cleaning the screen house, though. There was hoses, there was lots of bubbles, we would
Probably too much soap. And
it's
then we
way
had to get
too
it
much
all
soap.
out.
So if you just picture like a cement room with screens,
Windowed walls.
like an outdoor screen house, but there was so much bubbles and water and squeegees and Windex. We never used it except for backyard parties.
And plays.
And play. And Noelle used to produce plays in our backyard, and she would.
I was a director.
She was a director, writer, and then we would all star in her plays, and we would literally invite the whole neighborhood, and we'd have written invitations, and we'd have scripts and costumes and
To this
whatnot.
day, I still think I should have been a director.
You still can.
Yes, I still can. That's my future return.
But that was our backyard screen house.
But
I mean,
epic parties out there.
Hell yeah.
That was the only time our parents let us have an open bar and a keg.
I know, and it was a high school graduation. People would never do that nowadays, but everybody did it.
Drinking age was lower back.
I don't know. It's just nonsense back then.
And I had a best friend, or I have a best friend who still is my best friend, and she lived across the street. And I still remember she was having so much fun. Then all of a sudden she disappeared, and my mom came to look for me. I was in my bathroom. I had her curlers in a bucket. I dumped the curlers out on the floor and threw up in the bucket. And that was the end of your graduation in your screen house.
Yeah, but her parents were also at the graduation parties
course.
having gimlets, and so it
course.
wasn't like they were sitting home waiting for her to come home. They
No.
were partaking. So
No.
and so was her little sister, which is my best friend.
Lots of fun. Just all the memories of being in that backyard, I think, bring back a lot of thinking about mom and dad and the effort that they put into all of those graduation parties in the backyard and just birthday parties in general, all the things we did in that backyard.
I always remember the graduation parties. We always had to do a watermelon boat.
Oh yeah.
And so
We
we'd be
had a
melon balling.
Melon ball, all the fruit.
And then we always had a gigantic sheet cake that had blue because we were
From
yeah, but we were St. Anthony Huskies, so it had to be blue and white, and you'd get blue tongue from the blue frosting.
I'm sure there was always Polish food though as well.
Oh yeah.
We always had Kramarczuk's kielbasa and all the things, all the Polish food too.
The big tub of potato salad.
Lots of fun in that backyard and lots of funny stories. We remember like a friend of the family's little Polish kid who should not have been drinking, throwing up in the bathroom. There was just a lot of funny stories.
Yeah, under chaos. It was super fun. Even at my graduation party, we did a badminton tournament in the backyard. I remember I had the big board, and I don't even know who won. I don't know. Might have been some money involved in that too.
Fun. It was just, it's a very nostalgic thing to think about. When you just have to say the word screen house, and all of our friends comment too. Comment when you come onto our site in this podcast if you were in the screen house.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of
Yeah, because the screen house is where we had the hard liquor. Like the cat was always in the garage, and then the kids would come through, and mom and dad and the older people, they'd be guarding the hard liquor. So you really had to be sneaky to get a drink with hard liquor from those graduation parties. You could get a glass of beer from the keg all day long, but that hard liquor, they police that hard.
You had to get in the screen house.
As they probably should have.
I know, right?
Let's just correct it with saying none of us had kegs at our kids' graduation.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
They had,
drinking age went up a little bit.
I'm sure kids' friends probably snuck some beer at our graduation parties, but it wasn't like it was like,
They had
hey,
to
there's a
sneak it.
keg. Are kegs even a thing now? Do they even have keg parties
I think
at
it's
college?
college.
I know.
Oh, I'm sure they do in France.
I'm sure they do. But
Yeah.
so the graduation parties, just to wrap that up, is they were 21 when we did the bar crawls. It was fun to go out. The young adults at that point, and they were all of legal age.
We had a blast just celebrating, and then as we all get older, we're all just wiped out the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, and then we all Uber to our hotel rooms, and then we're just a mess the next day.
We had to go to the actual graduation ceremony hungover as hell.
Which was a beautiful. They always have the St. John's graduation in the Abbey. It was a beautiful ceremony.
Yeah, and Macy's too. She graduated from nursing, and that's a really special celebration where they do the pinning and everything, and we were so hungover trying to like act cool and normal and so proud, and we were like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I need some wine.
Same with Sophie. Remember Amanda and Joe laying in the grass?
They were literally laying in the park in the grass.
That's because you put a 2-hour space in between checking out of the hotel and having the brunch.
Yeah.
So we all had to hang out in the park in Eau Claire
And Dee got lost, I think, in Eau Claire too, with Chancho.
I did.
with her dog.
Yogi
It was
went.
Chancho. It was
Chancho went in the fountain because he was so,
So
hot.
So
yes.
Dee Dee's, I forgot her infamous pugs, Chancho and Yogi.
Yeah.
But we digress. So again, we're talking about celebrating, but again, we go hard for all these kids and celebrate all their milestones. So someday we'll be talking about Sam's wedding, but for now, he's doing a really cool program. We could talk about it.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit. It's called the Benedictine Volunteer Corps, and he is working with St. John's and going to Guatemala starting in August. And he's going to a monastery in Guatemala, Escopales, and he is going to be teaching English to juniors in high school. And so he speaks a little Spanish now. He's had 4 years of Spanish, so he'll come back after a year being there totally bilingual, so that's super cool. But he's also living in a monastery. He's been really diving into his kind of reflective and spiritual side this last couple of weeks, where he did some training in the monastery, and so he's really been kind of just integrating himself into these programs. And it's just a really cool program where he can give back to humanity in this way, and he has a degree in global business, so I am hoping that will serve him really well in the future, and he's really excited to embark on this journey.
Great thing to do before you start, and what a great time in your life when you can make decisions to do things like that before you.
And he can totally
start.
immerse himself because he doesn't, anything else holding him back. He
He-
can just go.
He really loves to learn and understand about different cultures, and so I love that he embraces that. And it's really hard for me as a mom to let him go to all these different places internationally, but you have to let go and just let him be on their own journey and let him find his place in the world.
Updates on that as that goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've all done, most of us in our family have done that with our kids. They've lived abroad in other places, and it's really cool to watch how much they grow when they do that. So
Absolutely.
we're really cheering Sam on.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, and then so now we're going to dive into our happy hour discovery. We already talked about it's the Aster Cafe and the Aster House down in our nostalgic St. Anthony, Maine. We are going to go for the pour scores. Barstool breakdown. How is interior design and the seating?
The Aster Cafe, that is right on the edge of the Mississippi River. It's like a cobblestone road in between all of the really cool buildings in St. Anthony, Maine.
I think today it was a yoga class on one side and maybe a weightlifting class on the other.
There was a lot of hard bodies walking by. I'm not.
And there
Let's
was
just
a lot of
say that.
prancing.
Yeah, let's just say that I think they use the young adults in that area use that as, let's just go check out what's going on. I'm gonna look really good while I'm walking by.
The runway, but yeah.
It was hard body central. Dang.
Yeah.
The ambiance, we were outside right across from the Mississippi River, really like just young and fun area where people are out and about, and
Sat outside.
We sat outside, so that was good.
you can also bring your dogs, your pets too. So just if you're looking for a place that you can sit outside with your dog, it's very dog friendly. They'll bring your dog water, and they even have menus for
Treats.
yeah, for
No
sure.
thanks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we would
That's
never
like bringing a toddler.
We're like, hell no, my
Hell
dog
no.
would not do
You
it.
know, we did sit next to a couple at Aster House that had their dog, and it was so well behaved. So it must
Yeah,
be
but
used to it.
our dogs would never.
Oh, God,
and
not
then
my
we
dog.
would never just want to be distracted
My
like
dog
that.
would have to sit on my lap and I'd be sweaty.
No.
Okay, so the Aster House and the Aster Cafe, we sat outside on both patios.
Okay.
Cafe had a better, if you were looking for people watching, there was endless. The Aster House was set back, quiet, where you could really just have a
A
conversation.
little more
It
sophisticated.
was more upscale.
Way more upscale.
Aster Cafe was really chill, very casual, kind of.
We love Leo.
Yeah. And where is he from? Kazakhstan or something?
Yeah.
Kazakhstan? I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere
Well,
far
He
away.
wasn't from there, but he was raised there. He said most of his life. So that was cool because we talked about our first gen forecast, and he said, "Oh, yeah, I was raised in Europe." That was pretty cool to hear.
So I gave him a bracelet, but it was kind of girly because it didn't have a lot of collective.
He
He
liked
loved the concept, but I don't know if it was his colors.
It just had a lot of bright colors on.
Okay, and then just going inside at the Aster Cafe, there wasn't a lot of people inside. It just wasn't, it was too nice of a day, so it was pretty sparse inside. But the Aster House, I think if you were going to go for a nice steak dinner, you're going to pay some money, or you're going to have more of an elegant place.
Yeah, I would say Aster Cafe, casual, come as you are. Aster House, you want to be a little bit more upscale, and the inside is absolutely gorgeous.
The menu reflected it as well. I saw someone having steak and salmon and things like that, a little bit more sophisticated. And if you want a really cool date night vibe, the bar area is just beautiful.
Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful.
So Scene and Sip, like we talked about, at the cafe was a local hangout, just all the hard bodies walking by.
Good people watching
Good
for
people
sure.
watching. And then the Aster House, it was a little quieter and sophisticated. So we went through that. Sports scene, none on either, unless you consider people walking by with yoga mats a sports scene. And we saw some guy doing squats and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of abs. So that was a sports scene. The girls' room.
Oh wait, and at the Aster House, they did have bags.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had that really pretty area.
You can throw bags
So you
at
can
the
throw
Aster
bags.
House. So if you want to
Yeah,
call
so
that
even
your
though
sports
it's-
scene.
Even though it's sophisticated, you can go over there and maybe kick off your heels and play some bags.
I could challenge anyone to cornhole there. So
Let's do it.
yeah.
The girls' room, the Aster Cafe, had to go down the hall. I think they shared it with the movie theater.
But super
It was
clean,
but it wasn't
nice,
that far.
wasn't far.
Then the Aster House was 4 single bathrooms. They were dark and moody, and so then the tab recap. I think both places were both reasonable because we hit happy hour. The Aster Cafe, we got a pitcher of sangria.
For $30.
Oh, and it had a lot of fruit in it.
Yeah.
So it was
so
really
a homemade sangria, very good.
And then the Aster House, their happy hour was fantastic. It was like top shelf margaritas for $10, and you had an old fashioned for $10.
Keep in mind though, only 3 days a week from 5 to 6, and we hit Thursday.
It
which
was
is one
like
of
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
No, it's Sunday.
Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday.
So-
5 to 6, and it opens at 5. So you got to be
You got
on point.
You gotta get about 45 minutes to get a drink.
But
Eric was our server.
Eric was awesome, and I've had him before, and he is
And he
amazing.
remembered
Yeah.
I pointed to my watch though, and I was like, Eric, it says 6 o'clock. We gotta get that order in.
And he's, oh yeah, I'm on it. And he came running over and super attentive. And even from the hostess to the runners to the waiters on staff, they're all so amazing,
And
pleasant,
attentive.
attentive.
Yeah, and I would say both, the Aster Cafe and the Aster House, they really do a good job with their staff. It was really nice.
So if you're
So
gonna
I think the recap on the tab was really good. It was, even though that can get pricey, I think if you did a full dinner later at night, but if you just want to go check it out for happy hour, totally worth it.
under $20 each.
I'm going to give them a sister stamp of 10. I thought both places 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna go 9. I think I don't
You're
know.
such a sports girl, though.
Yeah, no sports, and just you didn't really have the option at the Aster Cafe to sit inside, so I would like to see on a
It is.
I know
you
there
can
is a
go
section, but
Yeah.
absolutely no one was in there.
That's because it was nice.
It's an outdoor place, but I'd give it a 9, so I think that's still pretty good.
I'm gonna split the difference then and go 9.5, but it again, I think this was the highest one we've had so far.
Really nothing to complain about. It was
No,
very-
you want a great customer service experience and a great ambiance, great people watching, and then again, the value is really high for what you get as well. And we did the happy hours because that's what the Pour Score is all about, but their happy hour is a great value.
It
great
is.
value. I think typically those margaritas were probably closer to
You
20.
could spend more at McDonald's, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for real.
So I thought it was a fantastic night, and we had a great time. I think we'll have some closing thoughts on the week, and then we're just going to roll into remembering that life often leads to the most touching moments, whether you're sharing a case of rock bracelet with a stranger, exploring a happy hour spot, or laughing over our weird family stories. Let's stay connected and keep smiling.
Yeah, and just for everybody who's graduating this season, caps off to you. Congratulations.
Have fun and celebrate with your family.
Good luck on your journey, wherever you're going, and just take the time to celebrate you.
Until next time, follow us on YouTube, iTunes, iHeart, Amazon, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can also visit our website and purchase your own case of raw bracelets.
bracelets.com. So thanks for listening, and if you enjoy us, please share us with your friends, family, and enemies, and just keep listening. Let us know what you want to hear. You can always interact with us on our website. It's firstgensisterspodcast.com. Let us know where you want us to check out our next happy hour hunt, and
we'll have, like we had last week, we had our great friend Carrie Bowe join us. But we're also going to have some more special guests this summer, and who knows, it could be some of our offspring. But signing off from somewhere in the West Metro, Noelle,
Nikki,
Dee Dee.
First Gen Sisters Podcast, where the wine flows and the tea spills.
Cheers.
Cheers.